Okay. So I know yesterday, this was yesterday, I read something on, so I had to make sure this was true. I'm not gonna listen to this whole this making me mad. This lady looks. My mother's lighter than her. She looks like my mother. So absolutely unbelievable. LA mayor on blast for move to give cash to illegal aid migrants. That's what I was reading. Let me just say, aliens, migrants. That's what I'm saying. The news, the liberal media twist words to make them sound soft or more pleasant. Migrants, when I was younger, in my 20s and 30s, was the people that come over here legal and worked. Some of them go back home. Some of them stayed illegal. Right? That's illegal people they going after. You know what do happen because all our databases are not updated. Some legal people get caught up, but not like a big percentage. Things happen. Nothing is perfect. People just trips me out. They think everything that you don't do nothing perfect. The government not gonna do, but it all. But we like as people in America, Americans agreed. I think 70% to get rid of illegals, not migrants. To me, like I said, migrants are legal people that have the proper paperwork. So let me skip to the point. But you can't give us I'm not really I'm like in a middle ground of reparations for black people because we're not gonna do into that money. Only it's gonna only be about 15-20% gonna use like that money for proper things. What they could do is give um, every black descendants of slaves free education, okay, and then maybe some kind of grant if they doing the business after 4 years, give them 20 or 40 thousand dollars because don't give it up front because they're gonna be doing scamming. So let me skip that. So you give non-Americans money, but say you don't have the money to give to black slave descendants. That's very hypocritical. You're a hypocrite. So she trying to please. I don't understand. Like I said, because people say and they be finding out that those people they say illegals can't vote, illegals been voting. I remember when I was younger, somebody was illegal person was using my social security number, right? And they been doing that. Man, I can tell you stories after story. And then I be talking to people. I don't know. People say, "Okay, you big and black." They don't know I'm in the finance. I went took I know real estate. I do taxes. I'm an actual California real estate broker. Don't call me because most likely I'm not going to help you. I'll guide you to an agent that will help you. Um, I'm so anyway. Miss Bass here wants to support. She didn't even. They're not even doing nothing for the fire victims. They focusing on people, you know, that they told they can go back home. Matter of fact, they giving Trump giving money to illegals. Go back home, we give you $1,000. In most of those countries, $1,000 is gonna last you 2 or 3 months. Get back, hopefully get back on your feet. Then you can come back over here legal. And the problem is, there's people in other countries who fought like in Africa countries, the Philippines, Thailand, Australia, etc., trying to come over here. They file a proper paperwork. And I know an individual took 15 years to get over here. He's an American citizen now. They had a sponsor. If you do come over here, you should have a sponsor. We should not be responsible for your medical and retirement. We shouldn't be. And yeah, so in California it's bad. And let me tell you why. So everybody, I'm not saying everybody, but the Hispanic people stick together and they help each other out. They help their cousins from across the border that's illegal, and they find ways to give them benefits. Also, in California, I said this many times, but people ignore it because they have hate and they lack in common sense. So Governor Brown, when he handed off to Newsom, Governor Newsom now, when he handed the governorship over, there was a surplus of money. There's no surplus of money now because you giving illegals, Americans, Californians money to them. We had a surplus of money. Now we don't have a surplus of money. And because look it up, they utilize that money for medical care for illegals. Okay. But the black community, the American community, the American citizens, right, is put in the back burner over the illegals. The only like Chicago and Detroit, the black community is pissed off, right? Because single mothers had programs they can drop their kids off while they worked. They utilized some of that money. Look it up, man. You people be thinking just because this, they hate Trump so much, they try to blame everything on Trump. Because you this and they'll say, oh, Westmacallan did it in a different way. Nah, this is the same way. Biden, he did it the same way. He built the cage, but they try to blame it on Trump. That's a fact. Obama built the cage and they blamed that on Trump. Obama was utilizing the cages, and Trump did the same thing. Obama and Clinton wanted to build a fence. Trump said the same thing. It's crazy. So it's okay. It's okay when a Democrat want to do it, but with Trump want to do it, who used to be a Democrat, he wants to do the same thing. Getting his lead off of Biden and Clinton is wrong. He's deporting people. Not even he can't even deport people on the same level as Clinton and Obama because now these sanctuary cities throwing up these lawsuits, which I don't understand. The president had a constitutional right to protect the border. Let me say this too. So why did Biden and Harris says there's nothing really too much they can do about the border? How come we have the less crossing in 40, 50 years? I think 100,000, or I don't even know. I think they don't have none. You had millions of people coming across that border, and that's a security risk. Because like I don't know, I don't understand. I really don't understand people. I really don't understand people. You letting all those people come across the border without no security check. So we have probably a good 20,000 people that's not just coming over here for better life. 20,000 people can start it. Like, I think how many, like 8 people, 7 people, 15 people. I forgot what it was, did them airplane things. So you have 20 some thousand people over here from countries that don't like us. I'm not talking about the Latin countries. I'm talking about Iran, North Korea, Chinese people, Russia, um, on and on. And then you got Palestinian people burning our flag and attacking vets, which I've seen. And then your people say, "Oh, that didn't happen." That's what some people are delusional. This is not football. This is our life. This is our kids' life. If you like, we don't have to agree. Like, okay, about the taxes and stuff. You don't got to agree about that. But when it comes people to harming America, when you an American citizen, then I really think you're a traitor. You a traitor. In no way, I don't think you a traitor. If you putting other people countries over us, you a traitor. You know. Realistically, if something was to happen to you, and you, especially if you a colored person, I know I ain't trying to be, I'm just being honest, but you siding with the ops, I'm not gonna cry over you. So let me just try to read. I'll be going all over the place. But let me say this. let's just give a summary of this. So the mayor of Los Angeles want to give illegals money, but can't give Black Americans or Americans in general, vets, money. Same thing the mayors in Detroit and Chicago was doing. That one, I forgot which one. I get confused. That the Adams came around. The other one that took over Lightfoot, they really pissed off him. They are giving resources from the Black community, the American community, the minority community to illegals. And so it's like, okay, let's think about it. You a poor person, American, and you giving something to somebody that don't even belong here. That you can't go, you can't go to Mexico and get no benefits. You can't go to the Philippines and get no benefits. Matter of fact, Thailand you have to, one of them with Brazil, you have to show that you have so much money in your bank. Nigeria too, you have to show how much you have money in your bank before you even go travel over there. Some of those countries, you have to show that you have money in your bank account. You can't be bought. There's only like I think Canada and us is the only people that be bought across the border. The rest of them, you're gonna get fined, put in jail, or executed. You know, and it makes a lot of sense to me because you are letting people over here. I'm talking about they got 20,000 people over here is get at any moment gonna try to do some stuff like they done before. Think about it. Let me give you an example. You people they already know they monitored the phone. I ain't gonna. I just another thing I get to another for me. Herbert finish. So you take maybe if you take 5 people hit up the subways in L.A., New York hit around the same time. He's about 5% hit the 5 people hit up the air couple two LAX, Kennedy. You know, you gonna the stock market gonna go down. That's gonna affect America and few other countries. It's gonna affect you. Let's say they do it back to back. It's one week after next week. You got 20,000 people, and all you need is maybe 15. A little bit on the west, a little bit on the east. Do some interruptions. Subway, airport, bam. Stock market go down. You know, people get hurt because you have Biden let those people across the border. Why did Obama? Because Obama understood that. Clinton and every president but Biden understood that. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna end this video. So what they was trying to do, if you don't know, they wanted to make sure we're gonna let these illegals over here fast track to the citizenship. We're gonna make sure they're in the right area, right? So they can make sure they win for forever and ever. Democrats rule and pushing that woke stuff and that weird stuff on our kids, so they can play with the kids. You know, sell the kids. 300,000 kids. You know, there's another bill. Let me finish this bill. I'm gonna talk about the 300,000 kids in the Epstein list. That's my next video. Let me just get this track. I'm in this right now. Have a wonderful day in your neighborhood.